So for this home workout, you will need a bag, mga dilata na bilhin ng magulang nyo dahil naki-panic buying, at kung kulang yung dilata dahil mas trip nyo ang noodles, pwede kayong maglagay ng toyo, suka, bawang, rosemary, tapos pwede na rin kayo mag-adobo. Before we start, tikman nyo muna yung adobo. So guys, sana nagustuhan nyo yung pinakita kong simpleng home workout na you can do at least 4 times a week. So kung nagustuhan nyo, please leave a thumbs up. Let's proceed to the quarantine tips of this video. If you've been lifting for quite some time na, I know mostly ito yung magiging worry nyo. And ito rin yung tip number 1 ko. So tip number 1 is to not worry about losing your gains. I mean, we should pray na matapos ng quarantine na to, but dun tayo sa mga bagay na kaya natin kontrolin, which is to maintain yung muscle as much as we can by doing these simple home workouts. There are a lot of videos na sa YouTube or Instagram na you can do, and piliin nyo na lang kung ano yung mga gusto nyo and pagsamahin nyo siya, and so that meron kayong consistently na magagawa every day or at least 4 times a week. Over time, di naman natin may iwasan na mapapansin natin na mag-shrink yung mga muscles natin. But once na makabalik tayo sa pagbubuhat sa gym and with weights talaga, so mapapansin natin na mas makukuha natin or mababalik natin agad yung muscle na yon, yung size kumbaga, and then even minsan mas mabilis pa yung pag-gain natin ng muscle after a long period of deload. So deload, ito yung if you've been training for a while and then heavy or at least giving your best sa training, and kumbaga kinalahati natin yung effort sa pagtitraining, which is yung nangyayari ngayon, it's called deload. For us to preserve muscle then as much as we can, we should try to eat 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This is the minimum required para sa akin, which works for me to preserve my muscle sa mga ganitong situations. Moving on, tip number 2 is to start tracking your macros. So this time, dahil most of us ay nasa bahay lang and we have no chance to eat out, so mas matatrack natin yung calories natin, intake, and pag-experimentohan natin yung ating maintenance calories. So ang gusto nating maging intake for every day is for maintenance or slightly in deficit. So, for example, I eat 2,000 calories maintenance. So, nagre-range lang yung kinakain ko to about 1,800 to 2,000 calories every day para ma-maintain ko yung weight ko. Kung gusto nyong malaman yung maintenance calories nyo, for starters, you can multiply your weight by 11, and that is your slight deficit ng inyong calories, and your weight times 12 is your maintenance. So over time, tignan nyo sa scale kung tumataas ba yung weight nyo, meaning sumusobra kayo sa calories. But if you're maintaining for a period of, let's say, 3 weeks, so nakuha nyo yung maintenance calories nyo. But if you want, yung i-input nyo na lang sa internet, there are TDEE calculators na mahanap nyo sa Google. So put the link na lang sa description para hindi na kayo mahirapan, and you just have to input your stats. It may be inaccurate pa rin for some person, so itatrack natin siya over time. So for about 3 weeks, so kung nag-gain tayo ng weight, so again, magbabawasan tayo and then experiment ulit for 3 weeks. So it's a process. Next tip is to do something more productive other than exercise. So we can read books, or if hindi pa tayo marunong magluto for our meal prep, so mag-practice tayo magluto because available naman yung mga raw materials or raw foods sa mga supermarket, and we don't have much chance para mag-eat out, so we can experiment on foods na kailangan or food na pwede nating kainin or i-meal prep. Pwede rin yung puntahan yung mga sulok ng bahay nyo na hindi nyo pa napupuntahan, pwede rin naman yun. So I know there's always more na pwede nating magawa. So by being more productive, it will lead me to my tip number 4, which is to avoid snacking. So for some of us, or most of us, na kapag bored tayo, hindi natin napapansin na we tend to snack or we tend to eat yung mga bagay na akala natin maliit lang naman or small portions lang naman, but in the end, naubos natin yung isang pack or isang bag of chips, kunyari, and yun yung nag-lead sa pag-gain natin ng weight. So, by tracking your calories, again, going back to tip number 2, may iwasan natin yun dahil maku-conscious tayong mag-snack dahil nag-input tayo ng calories. So, to avoid snacking then is to drink more water. So, why do we have to drink more water? Because it makes us feel full kahit na hindi naman talaga tayo gutom or bored lang tayo. For instance, pag feeling natin gusto nating buksan yung bag of chips na yun or gusto nating mag-snack, try muna natin uminom ng tubig, and then palipasin natin for quite some time, and then kung gutom talaga tayo, then we eat whole meals instead na mag-snack lang tayo. So for us to preserve muscle then as much as we can, we should try to eat 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This is the minimum required para sa akin, which works for me to preserve my muscle sa mga gantong situations. So that's it for me, guys. So if you have questions, kindly leave comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe ka na. And if you like this video, kindly give me a thumbs up. And that's it for me.